Welcome to your lesson on 1, second and third graders. Lesson on 1. Hopefully the zeros went great for you yesterday when you were working on those. Today we're going to work on the number 1. So we'll start with everybody here listening with multiplication with ones, and then I'll switch it on over to division. Second graders, you can get out if you want or stay and learn, up to you. But we will start with our math facts. Starting with the smallest one, 1 times 0. Meaning, one group. 0 in each equals, how many dots are in there? Nothing. Now we're going to go through every problem. 1 times 1. 1 times 1, one group. 1 in each. 1 times 1 equals 1. That's what that looks like. I'm going to keep moving kind of quick here. I think you guys will get this as I go. 1 times 2. And I might write the problem the other way sometimes, so be aware for that. 1 times 2, that means one group. 2 in each equals 2. Same as if I would have flipped it around and done 2 times 1. Equals, that just means two groups, 1 in each. Answer would still be 2. Remember, they can go both ways. So 1 times 2 is done. How about 1 times 3 or 3 times 1? 3 times 1. Reading it the way I decided to write it, that means 3 groups, 1 in each. Answer is going to be 3. How about 4 times 1? 4 times 1. That just means 4 groups, 1 in each. Answer is going to be 4. And I'm just adding to this here. You guys might be able to read that we are just kind of counting here. 1 times 5. That just means one group. I wrote it differently this time. 1 times 5. One group, 5 in each. 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 5 dots. Answer is 5. Getting it there. 1 times 6. I think you're getting the pattern. The answer is going to be 6. 1 times 7. Answer is going to be 7. 8 times 1. Answer is 8. 9 times 1. Answer is 9. 10 times 1 or 1 times 10. Answer is going to be 10. 1 times 11. Answer is going to be 11. And 12 times 1. Answer is going to be 12. Now, so what you're realizing there, as we either make 10 groups and put 1 in each, or one group and put 10 in there, when we multiply by ones, our answer is just the opposite number of 1. So if it's 1 times a million, the answer is going to be a million. If it's 1 times 6, the answer is going to be 6. So that's what we do with ones, and it works that way because we're just making that one circle, or we're making those many circles and just putting 1 in each. So that is how we multiply by 1. Same as skip counting by ones like we've talked about before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is your lesson on 1, second, and third graders. Second graders, if you would like, you can continue on to your math. Third graders, we are going to talk about division here, so we can keep going. So if you've decided to stay in the video, third graders, hopefully you all have, we are going to start learning division problems, because for the grade and the age you are, division problems should almost always have this guy. I call it a house for them. Now you might get a division problem that has a sign like this, or a sign like this down here. And whenever you get those, for me, it's easier to put them in, again, what I call the house. Because when you get older and you learn to do long division with 3, 4, 5-digit numbers, you'll want to use this house to keep everything organized. Now, for you guys to keep things organized and to keep it easy, the big number almost always goes inside the house. So our lesson for today is on 1. So 1 is going to go outside of the house, and almost always. And I'll start with a little bigger one. I'll just start with 4. So what we are saying now, it's important that we say it this way, that we are not doing 1 divided by 4. Even though we read it that way from left to right like a book, we are actually doing 4 divided by 1. So that's just how you have to learn to say that. Now, if you have a calculator and you type that in, it'll be important because when we do 4 divided by 1, we will get our answer, which means, bear with me on that, we'll do it. When we do 4 divided by 1, here's how we do it. And here's how I like to set it up this way. I like to read it left to right. So that means I see 1. That means I make 1 circle. And I put what's inside, 4 in each. My answer goes on top, is 4. That's why I like to set it up like that, because I can read 1 group, how many in each, and it works. Now, if you were to put the other way into a calculator, and did 1 divided by 4, you would get some crazy decimal number. It would probably be 0.25 or something like that because it's breaking it into much smaller pieces. So we need to start with the bigger number when we divide. So same thing when we do 1 divided by 6, we'll say this time. That means I make 1 group, and I may have said this wrong before, but I don't put 6 in each. I divide 6 into the number of groups I have, which right now is just 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my answer would be 6. Now I'm going to take a step ahead to just a bigger lesson once really quickly here so you can see why this is important, because when we get to bigger numbers, we're still working pretty easy with 1 here. I'm going to keep my 6, I'm going to keep my house, but I'm going to change this to 2. So what that means is 2 groups as I read it. And remember, not 6 in each, like I might have said earlier. I'm dividing 6 into my groups. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I divided it all out, and there ended up being 3 in each. So when I read my problem, I read it backwards from a book. 6 divided by 2 is 3. We're going to practice that a lot more over the next few days. But those are the vocabulary. That's the way that we want to speak it as we write. So if I go back to my lesson of 1s, I do 12. I'm looking at this, I'm read it backwards. 12 divided by 1. But when I set up my picture, that means 1 group, and I divide 12 into all my groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That means my answer is 12. All right? Good luck with this today, and we will see you back there. Again, things will make more sense, and these pictures will be more and more helpful the bigger our numbers get. Go get them.